When discussing the most dominant fighters in the UFC, names like Jon Jones, Francis Ngannou, and Ciryl Gane often come to mind. However, one man currently sits at the pinnacle of the heavyweight division, a fighter who has dismantled opponents like a wrecking ball, leaving chaos in his wake. That man is Tom Aspinall.
Very fast hands.
Born on April 11, 1993 in England, Aspinall is the reigning interim UFC heavyweight champion and is currently ranked number 10 in the UFC's men's pound-for-pound rankings as of April 2025. His ascent has been nothing short of remarkable. When Aspinall steps into the octagon, he doesn't just win, he annihilates. 6 of his 8 UFC victories have come before the halfway mark of the first round, and he holds the record for the shortest average fight time in UFC history at just 2 minutes and 2 seconds. If that doesn't scream absolute monster, what does? Fighting is in Aspinall's blood. He followed in his father's footsteps, stepping into the world of martial arts at just 7 years old at the Lee Self-Defense Studio in Greater Manchester. Trained in catch wrestling and boxing, he later transitioned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where he dominated the British Open in every belt class except black belt. But this was just the beginning. As his father took on a coaching role at Team Kaobon, Aspinall's interest in mixed martial arts exploded, and he was all in. His journey wasn't all smooth sailing, though. After finishing school at 16, he experienced a brutal growth spurt, shooting up from 5 feet 8 inches to 6 feet 5 inches in just 1 year. The rapid growth caused severe growing pains, but instead of slowing him down, it forged his resilience, something that would later define his fighting career. At 18, Aspinall stepped into the cage for his first amateur fight. And he didn't just win, he dominated. 9 fights, 9 wins, and only one of them made it to the judges. The rest, all knockouts or submissions. The man was born to finish fights. After taking a 2.5-year break from professional MMA, Aspinall returned with a vengeance. He signed a 5-fight contract with Cage Warriors, turning down an offer from the UFC because he didn't feel ready. Things got crazy. Aspinall's UFC debut was originally scheduled for March 2020, but the fight was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. When he finally made his debut on July 25, 2020 against Jake Collier, it was over in a flash, a first-round TKO. The performance of the night bonus was his, and that was just the beginning. Next, he ran through Alan Baudot in another first-round TKO. Then came Andrei Arlovsky, a former UFC champion, who Aspinall put to sleep with a submission in the round. Another performance of the night. Then Sergey Spivak, another first-round TKO. Another bonus. The pattern was clear. Put Aspinall in the cage and someone is going home early. He continued his tear through the division, submitting Alexander Volkov in that tested him like never before. July 23, 2022, Tom Aspinall steps into the octagon against Curtis Blades. A high-stakes heavyweight clash. A fight meant to push him closer to title contention. But just 15 seconds in, disaster. A freak knee injury stops everything. Just like that, his first UFC loss is official. Not because he got outclassed, but because his body betrayed him. For a fighter, there's nothing worse than watching from the sidelines. The grind of rehab, the doubts, the questions. Some fighters never come back the same. But if you thought that was the end of Tom Aspinall's rise, you don't know Tom Aspinall. 1 year later, July 22nd, 2023, the comeback fight. Aspinall walks into the octagon with a point to prove, and he wastes no time. Just over a minute into the first round, he obliterates Marcin Tybura with a TKO finish. Just like that, he's back. Another performance of the night bonus. Another reminder that Aspinall isn't just elite. He's terrifying. Going into the fight, people debated the styles. Would Tybura's grappling and toughness give Aspinall problems? Would Tom's striking and speed be too much? The questions didn't last long. From the opening bell, Aspinall made one thing clear. He wasn't just returning. He was leveling up. Don't miss out on this incredible content. Subscribe now and unlock the excitement. On the 12th of November, when the moment came, Tom Aspinall didn't hesitate. On just 2 weeks' notice, he stepped up against knockout machine Sergey Pavlovich at UFC 295. And in just over a minute, flipped the script. With a brutal first-round KO, Aspinall became the UFC interim heavyweight champion. Oh, and that was his 6th Performance of the Night award. Pavlovich had never faced a fighter like Aspinall, an elite striker with the shortest average fight time in UFC history at 2 minutes and 19 seconds. While Sergey lands insane volume, Aspinall is right there, holding the 5th highest knockdown average at 2.78 per minute and landing 66.3% of his strikes. He mixes it up too, targeting the body and legs far more than Pavlovich, who headhunts 93.1% of the time. Then there's defense and grappling. Aspinall absorbs fewer strikes and has never been taken down, landing every takedown he's attempted at 100%. A nightmare on the ground, he dominates from a top position and hunts for submissions. Tom Aspinall is the full package, and he's got unfinished business. On July 27th, at UFC 304, Tom Aspinall defends his interim title against Curtis Blades, a man who technically holds a win over him. But if you think this is a revenge mission, think again. Their first fight ended in just 15 seconds after Aspinall suffered a devastating knee injury. Blades got the TKO win by default, but there was no bad blood, just mutual respect. That's all in the past now. Aspinall isn't here for drinks, he's here for war. "I'm not going to pretend there's beef," Aspinall said. "Curtis is a good guy, but this is business, and I'm coming to hurt him. I'm going to punch him as hard as I can in the face until the ref pulls me off." With the interim belt on the line, a win cements Aspinall as the next in line for undisputed gold. He was already prepared to step in as a backup for Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. Now he's ready to take it all. He isn't just a contender, he's the future of heavyweight MMA. Tom Aspinall's rise has been nothing short of extraordinary. From his early days in martial arts to his dominance in the UFC, he has proven time and again that he belongs at the top. With his devastating speed, precision, and unmatched versatility, he has torn through the heavyweight division and now stands on the brink of undisputed greatness. At just 31 years old, he is already dominating the heavyweight division. And in the future, the challenge now is maintaining that pressure. As the new face of the sport, every opponent comes prepared, and any mistake can be costly. Aspinall stands out due to his composed mindset, commitment to continuous evolution, and relentless training. If he balances speed, power, and fight IQ while staying injury-free, he won't just defend his title, he'll define a new era. What do you think? Will Tom reign for years to come? Or will someone rise to stop him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of UFC action. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because more Fight Night Fire is coming your way soon.